Welcome back to this SteelSeries 20K tournament. We've got our first round of the best of three between Hera and 3DB, and this is going to be a Mongol mirror on Dry Arabia. So Hera going there and putting his town center right by the wood line. And we've got 3DB over here on the other edge, and 3DB has placed his town center at the same time on the wood line and the berries. Big raid coming in from Snooba. Thank you so much. And, you know, I don't know exactly what the meta is for the Mongol mirror at the moment. I've honestly avoided watching a ton of these because there's just so much of them going on right now. But this at least will get our Mongols out of the way here early on. But yes, so this is currently, there are 32 players in this current bracket of the SteelSeries tournament. I've been casting several games, so go ahead and check out the YouTube channel. I'll be posting all of these, of course, on YouTube. You're watching on YouTube, you can check out a few, but I'm going to be following this best of three series between Hera and 3DB to see who pulls out ahead. Hera's one of my fan favorites, so I had to go see what he's up to, of course. We do see him dropping down the early stable with this Uvu, so perhaps some early scout gameplay here. Let's see what 3DB's up to. Not seeing any buildings yet, and he's not chopping wood, so I do not think he's going to be going for an early military building. And Hera, you know, going right for that scout of that Ovu, so he can know, he knows what his opponent's doing. You see 3DB doing the exact same thing. So not very surprising. You know, at the top of the ladder, lots of scouting. You know, it's a good way to see what your opponent is doing. Is just get inside there. Oh, sorry, I'm trying to check the exact ranks of these three players. So Hera is currently ranked 5th on the ladder, so that's pretty dang high. And 3DB coming in at rank 75. So Hera would be the favored player in this matchup. But we'll see how this shapes up. I know Hera has been playing a significant amount of Mongols. I've seen 3DB and throughout some of these tournaments recently going out there with a few scouts to trying to pick up the sheep. Coming home with 2 there. We see 3DB seems to have gotten the lion's share of the sheep so far. 5 sheep there. And honestly, I find sheep sometimes to be more important for Mongols than anyone else because typically you move your town center. Now, 3DB's in a nice spot that he actually has the berries right next to his town center, where Hera does not. So, like, if you run on those sheep, like, you're not gathering food until you walk somewhere, right? So a few scouts out here. No military building. Finally, a barracks coming down for 3DB here, but he's not aging yet. Interesting. So a little bit of a later build here with the spearmen. Now, what he could do with the spearmen, he could run straight across to his enemy's Ovu. He does know where it is. Let's see where it's on the back left corner right now for Hera. Versus 3DB's also is in the back for his base. So we'll have to see what those scouts are able to do. Oh my gosh, look what, whoa, look how far he has to walk for his gold. I think maybe 3DB wasn't planning on doing the spearmen, but then he realized how far his gold line was. Oh my gosh, and this can happen with you with the Mongols if you don't put that town center next to the gold. And perhaps he started right here. If it needed to put this town center, maybe, man, this is a tough one, a really tough one. So his spearman's going to help kill these scouts. We see here one villager going down, and this is definitely not something you want happening to you in the Dark Age. Losing any villagers. Oh boy, Hera seems to have missed microed here, losing another scout. Some of his scouts taking some damage. But he's able to get to his gold mine. So all things considered, he is getting his gathering in. But not something you usually see, losing a villager early on in the Dark Age. I have someone in chat asking, how do I lock onto units? If you press the home key when you're casting, it will follow them. So it's really cool. You can do that, and then you can hold Alt to rotate. So that's what I'm doing there. And I've got a few hotkeys for turning on the cinematic mode and all of that jazz. And if you're wondering on YouTube, who am I talking to? I do stream live on twitch.tv/FitzBro, so make sure you come over, check out the live streams. This was actually, there were several series to choose from here, and chat voted. This is what they decided they wanted to see, so this is what you get. Building an outpost on his Ovu in his stable. A smart move for Hera. Why is he doing this? Well, his opponent does have spearmen, could possibly run straight across to the Uvu to burn that down, which is exactly what might be happening here. So Hera's anticipated this. He's building that outpost, or rather he scouted that it was coming. So this will defend his Uvu and his stable from that the spearman pressure. But of course, you know, here early on, 3DB's got 18 villagers while Hera's sitting on 20. Did he pick up a second villager when I wasn't watching, or did he just maybe miss? He might have missed a villager when he was spamming out spearmen. It is quite possible. Now, let's see if Hera goes for professional scouts as he hits the next age. He's macroed for it. He's going to have that 275 gold as he hits the next stage. Likely he already has some scouts on the field. He can go out. He can bring in this hunt. He can bring out these hunts. A lot of food out here on the map to grab. What a misplay here. He built this outpost to defend his Uvu, but it does not have enough range. He needed to build it a little closer in here. So a little bit of a mistake here. Now, if he gets the arrow slits, that might give him the range he needs, but I don't think he's going to get it in time. Bringing out a villager to repair that. So a nice little pickup here for 3DB to be able to lay out some damage there on that Uvu, forcing Hera to pull a villager to repair. But long term, this is just costing him resources right now. We do have professional scouts coming in, so he has scouts on the map. He's going to be going for those scouts. Let's see if 3DB's go for professional scouts. There's his Uvu. It doesn't look like he has the res for it quite yet, but he looks like maybe he's going for it. I'll have to see. Man, this is really... what does the circle outside the outpost mean? So that's a very good question. So for the Mongols... when they go up with the deer stones in the second age, they get access to the Yam network, which you can't see in the tooltip here right now. But the Yam network is an ability that Mongols have at outposts. It gives a speed boost. There you go. See, arrow slits comes in, and it does give him the range he needs. Man, can he hold on to this Uvu? Oh my gosh. I think he's just barely going to. Wow. Those arrow slits give him just enough range. Hera able to defend that. I think kind of a little bit of luckily there, but very interesting. Is special scouts come in? No, it looks like he built a pasture. Anyways, the Yam network. So it gives speed to your units. So when you're talking about these auras, this aura is what the tower can shoot, and this outside aura is what is going to get the Yam network boost. So you see these units are glowing. They're getting a 20% or a 15% speed boost. They actually will have it for up to 20 seconds after they leave this this circle. This landmark gives it. Now, typically, if you don't go up with the deer stones, the Yam network isn't available until the third age, and you have to research it. But without getting that upgrade, the towers do on their own boost trade caravans and cavalry. They just don't impact villagers and archers without the deer stones in the second age. So hopefully that's a good an explanation. I have an entire video on my YouTube where I go through and explain the Yam network at length, and demonstrate it. So feel free to check that out on the YouTube channel. Okay, so what's going on here? So Hera's going out and trying to pick up these deer carcass with the professional scouts. Khan just being annoying, doing Khan things. We have the spearman coming in and spearing. Let's see if any professional scouts for his opponent. No professional scouts for Hera. I'm sorry. Wait, hold on. I'm good. Wait, doesn't he? Oh, no, okay, I'm sorry. It was showing me on my perspective was Hera. I got confused. The professional does have professional scouts. 3DB does not have professional scouts. And I know 3DB plays a lot of China, and I feel like China players typically go for a lot of professional scouts. So interesting he's skipping it, but I think he's gone for the early pastures here. You see a lot of Mongol players do this at the top of the ladder, build the early pasture. So, he doesn't need to get gear. He's got his sheep back at home. So, that's what he's decided to go for. But it'll be a matter of which one is the better strategy. Look at the villager count. We can have 31 for Hera versus the 29 of 3DB. 3DB putting on some good pressure on these villagers, forcing out that second outpost there. He's going to want to run these back, but he might not be able to do in time. The girl coming down. It looks like he pulled that back because the scouts were harassing it. Still just sitting on that barracks and going straight for age 3. Step red out coming in. Is Hera aging yet? Hera is not aging yet. So he has idled him a little bit. It made him forced to build this outpost. Had, of course, what was going on down here. And he does have a market. It looks like he traded up. I wonder if he got off a macro, if this just was his plan all along to trade. I don't know. But we have an early market there for Hera. A good way to fix your macro. Or just trade resources you're not able to get access to. We see another pasture coming down, tasked on the town center. So we have 3 pastures at the moment. Those will be spawning those sheep. Yeah, the outer circle is view range, but yes, it's also the EM network range. So, yeah, you're not incorrect on that. Okay, so 3DB right now just laying some con hits on the on Hera's villagers. Is able to be really annoying. Look at, we got a lot of low HP villagers. Then he's able to come in and grab those later on, dropping on that step red out. But he's going to be behind on the age up. You see, 3DB has already hit the age up here at 1030. Hera has just now started his age up. Obviously, will be coming in quickly. But let's see what unit gets in queue here. You know, he doesn't have a stable to like start immediately spamming out Lancers to go raid quite yet. Lots of food in the bank. I feel like the macro might be a little bit off. Maybe he needs to move to wood or gold. Trying to drop down that stable with one villager, so it's going to be a little bit till he queues up a unit. So Hera's not going to be under like some early H3 military pressure because you know a Lancer right now could be an issue, but not going to be a problem. His stable is actually going to be down. He's going to have two stables, so he's going to be. I mean, he could potentially queue up. He's been saving his stone. Both players have been mostly saving their stone. I mean, he could start queuing essentially 4 Lancers at a time. Or it could go the man-at-arms route. But I expect maybe we'll see ×2 Lancers. And that stable just now getting finished. Let's see. There we go. ×2 Lancers being trained there, using the stone from that Uvu to get those free units, essentially. Meanwhile, Hera has hit the 3rd age. Let's see what he's queuing up. Nothing yet. Where's his attention focused? Maybe he was building something? He built these 2 stables, but has not trained any units yet. Very interesting. I think he's busy doing the professional scout stuff. Oh, he does not have the gold he needs to train them. Gotcha. Okay, so we've got a Khan taking shots from the outpost there that has those arrow slits. Also scouts out here. Now, a good use of not only the scouts that bring in these deer carcasses, but later on in the game, they are just great tanks. Like, look at this. They're out here laying some damage on the spearmen, tanking the Khan. Khan almost died. So another use of those the scouts. So there we go. We see these Lancers being trained right now. He was not able to... Wait. Why did he not do the ×2? What is he saving it for? Or did he? It costs the same amount of food and gold. I don't know why he didn't go for the ×2. Maybe just missed it? Or is waiting to commit on the stone? I don't know quite why he didn't go straight for the ×2, because he could have. There we go. We've got stables queued up right now for 3DB as well. He's got 2 of them. The 3rd stable. It's going to be a lot of Lancers out here. But 3DB has exhausted his stone. Oh, okay, I got you. It's not in the Uvu. Duh. Okay, where's his Uvu right now? Right there. Oh, he needs to move him. So he's doing ×2. This is okay. No, this is fine because you're not gonna be able to afford 3 stables doing ×2. So he's got one doing the ×2, the other one just queuing one at a time. So this is gonna be a Lancer battle. It's gonna be Lancer, 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 Lancer. So I hope you guys Lancers. I heard you like Lancers. We brought Lancers to fight Lancers in the Mongol mirror. And here we go. We got 3DB running out, trying to get on that Khan. The Khan looks like going to die. Throwing that eagle up before it does. Speed boost, turbo, but it does go down. So now 3DB will have a little bit of the advantage here with having his Khan as an army that he can pull out those abilities as he has them. Obviously not going to be using the attack speed arrow because that only is for range. Okay, here we go. Big ol' Lancer fight. Let's see, are there any tech upgrades? I'm trying to see if there's any blacksmiths down for other players. Not seeing one. Let's watch this engagement here. Okay, so we have Lancers running across the field. But positioning, we currently have, what, 8 for 3DB versus the 9 of Hera? Yeah, 3DB needs to get out of it. Not to mention he has a few low HP ones. 2 of these are, his Khan and that Lancer is almost dead. So, I think it's going to be more Lancer gameplay. Look at this. We've got a prayer tent and a shaman being trained. So he's going to be picking up that... I like this. He walked out here. Wait, no. I think he maybe built the prayer tent and then rolled it out to the relic. Perhaps? Love it. Very interesting. Very interesting. Let's see if Hera's got a prayer tent of his own. Not seeing that. So 3B going to prioritize those relics, which is going to help him with his gold. Relic will bring in 100 gold per minute for him. Here we go. We've got some Lancers positioning. Going to be a little bit of back and forth with Lancers for a while here. We see the Uvu depleted for 3DB right now. He's going to need to build a new one. Perhaps could expand to that stone. Actually, his next stone is going to be quite far away. He could either go down here. He could go here. Yeah, he's got to move out quite a bit. While Hera, when he runs out of stone here, he's got this next one right in front. I think maybe that he will grab. So let's see if he's rebuilt that Uvu. Sometimes you miss that notification. I know sometimes if I'm busy, I don't see it. But here we go. Look at this monastery rolling around. Oh my gosh. Wait. Does it keep the relic inside of it? I did not know this. If this is the case, I'm sorry, maybe you guys did. Does the relic stay inside of it when it rolls? I bet it does. Oh my gosh. This is like next level Mongol strategy. I didn't know this. I haven't been watching a ton of Mongols lately. So he's rolling his prayer tent around with the gold inside. I wonder if it gathers gold while it's rolling. I bet it does. Oh my gosh. So he's going to go around and pick up all those relics one at a time with one shaman. Very, very smart. Next level Mongol gameplay. Let me know down in the comments or in the chat if you've seen this before. I love it. I love it. Is he getting gold from it right now is what I wonder. I bet he is. I could only assume so. Wow. Oh, you gotta love it. You gotta love it. Okay, so just a ton of lancers out here on the field. Looks like trying to get the Yam network out, creeping with the Yam network because that will give some speed boosts. Hera has moved his deer stones up just a little bit to get some extra speed. How many lancers do we have here? 24 versus 19. So he can't take this fight. Or he can with the speed. The fence arrow coming out. Wait, hold on. Wait a second. This might have been a misplay. I saw the attack speed arrow come out for Hera, but fire signature arrow increases the reload speed of nearby ranged units. So that's not going to be giving the boost to these lancers, while 3DB used the defensive arrow, which gives +3 armor. So very interesting. I think that might have been just a misclick, or maybe he didn't realize the difference there. But regardless, Hera did have the Lancer numbers advantage. You can see even with that was able to come out ahead. But we got a lot of half health Lancers here. And for 3DB, I guess he just really needed to defend this gold. Okay, we have some veteran spearmen coming out to get in the fight. What was... Oh, Villager's trying to take down the low HP Lancer? What is he doing? I think he's trying... He could drop off this gold number 1 right now. A little bit of an awkward fight. Going back to gold, but losing a few villagers. Look at the villager count. 47 for 3DB versus the 50 of Hera. So not a big deal yet, but losing a few villagers right now on that gold. And the Lancer numbers are just only growing for Hera. The prayer tent's cute and all, but this is looking really, really good for Hera at the moment. If he can just deny this gold line, he's picking up villagers. Let's see, 46 for 3DB, 51 for Hera. I mean, let's face it, that's not the end of the world at this point in the stage in the game, but that is an eco hit. He's taking him out, running villagers straight into Lancers. Like, getting in on the battle. I guess he just really wants to kill these Lancers, but I don't know. That's this is part of getting your whole society to to play a part. They're doing their role. We've got the I guess these were the army reserves for the Mongols. These villagers getting on the action, but Lancers continue to go down. But we do have some spearmen, which spearmen are rather cheap units in comparison. So while they still it's hard to take out these Lancers, spearmen will deal a lot of damage and be cheap trades. So not the end of the world, but losing these villagers is the biggest thing I'm worried about right now for 3DB. And Hera's got no pressure on his base right now. 3DB does have 3 relics inside there, so that's 300 gold per minute. 300 gold per minute. He's going to be getting that relic, so that'll be 400 gold per minute for him. This is a little something, something. Yeah, I'm not sure why he didn't just drop his... I think he could have just dropped his gold and ran back. I mean, he's got some free gold. He could trade. I don't think it's worth losing all these villagers. Spearman, and especially he's making spearman right now. He needs food and wood. I don't know. He could even drop another barracks. I don't think sacrificing all his villagers was a good idea. I think maybe he overestimated his spearman's ability. He does have 3 barracks, or he has 4 barracks, so he's been doing that. Maybe he overestimated his spearman's ability to defend. Maybe he thought he was going to start queuing those, and he was just going to clean those Lancers up. But the Lancers just keep going, and there we go. We've got... someone let me know. Maybe I misunderstand this. The attack speed arrow only applies to range units, right? So I guess that would help the Khan. But I feel like the fence, the armor +3 for 5 seconds is probably the better option. Unless there's a bug we don't know about, you know, that could be the case. It's always an option. Yeah, so I think Hera maybe just doesn't understand how that attacker, he either doesn't understand how it works or is purposely wants that Khan dealing out attack speed, which could be the case. I mean, look at the Khan. Look how much damage. He's picked off villagers. He's picking off spearmen. Like, he's keeping that Khan alive. It is dealing damage. Spearman moving up right now. We have the Deer Stones coming up, so he's going to be getting speed boost for his units if it can get built, which it is going to. What is this Shaman doing? Being goofy. Where is the prayer tent? It's rolling out here somewhere. It's a praying. Right there. 1, 2, 3, 4 relics currently in the prayer tent. So very unique gameplay there from Hera. And Hera's finally, 3DB finally pushing out here with the Spearman. He's got a significant mass. He can sit here and engage these. Now, he's probably going to lose the Spearman mass, but going to deal out some damage before that happens. I mean, you can see why we have the Lancer spam be a thing, because even against their supposed counter, you know, look at that. I mean, these are tanks, absolute units. And now all those Lancers are dead. I mean, perhaps if he had like double the count of Spearmen, he could have taken that fight. We got the veteran Khan, kind of looking like Santa when you're red. We got the Santa Khan out here running around. Okay, and Hera continuing to bring in some of these hunts. Look at the village count, 46 for 3DB versus the 60 of Hera. Of course, we do have 400 free gold per minute, but I don't think that's going to be enough. This is looking really, really strong for Hera right now. With the 4 Deer Stone. Now look at the range on this. We talked about that EM network earlier. So this is giving these units additional speed boosts. So now his enemy has had the speed boost, right? Because he's fighting under his own Deer Stones. But this is his forward units. He's got some speed boost here being applied for this from this Deer Stones. Let's go on to Hera. A blacksmith coming down. Now, some of you might be wondering, you know, this is a question I think about a lot. When do you get your blacksmith upgrades? When is it worth it to invest, you know, a lot of gold or wood on these upgrades? And we're at like the 22-minute mark right now, and Hera is just now getting his first upgrade. Now, I think this could be specific to this mirror matchup, and specifically what's going on here. But at least in this matchup, it appears that both these players have waited till just about now to even start getting blacksmith upgrades. So very interesting. Some man-arms being thrown into the mix for Hera. Now, those man-arms will with the Deer Stones. They will deal with the Spearmen. And if it looks like 3DB has really been committing to the Spearman gameplay. You see, by the way, he's had a market, so he's been doing some trading back there. The man-arms will just slaughter these Spearmen if we hit a big engagement here. Moving his Ubu out to the side with some with the stable on there, 2 stables on there. Chasing down those Lancers, but they're going to run away. And we have some Lancer raids coming in on the back line right now. What's going on here? So both players raiding. Now some villagers going down. Now this is the type of raid that, like, if your opponent misses it somehow, like, I mean, you could just lose a ton of villagers. So it's funny to see both players, though, raiding at the same time. But we have a Spearman about to engage his man-arms, and this is not going to be a good fight for 3DB. And he's probably busy looking at another place right now and going to be taking some damage from his man-arms, but none of the Spearmen did die at the moment. Oh, and there we go. This outpost has been does have the Springhold emplacement, so those will be dealing 60 damage per shot. 60 damage per shot. Though the Springhold has been nerfed, the tower still does the same amount of damage. Okay, Spearman running back. He doesn't really have an answer to these man-arms right now, except for the Springhold. And a man-arm has, 155 health? So it can take, let's see, math, 60 times. It would take 3 Springhold shots to kill him. When I say Springhold, I mean the tower Springhold emplacement. Spearman coming up here and getting in the fight. I'm not sure if this is a good fight. Obviously, a lot of Spearmen, and then, you know, they're tanky if you've got some crossbows in the battle there. Maybe just trying to take out some low HP units, but he's largely just losing a ton of Spearmen. I don't know why he took this fight. I mean, he might just be at the point of, like, he doesn't know what else to do and just decided to send it. But he could have maybe dropped some more outposts. The outposts, I mean, these are dealing damage. I feel like he should at least took this fight, like, right here where his outpost could get more shots off. And all things considered, I guess there were a few men-at-arms in there that I did not see for 3DB. So he's doing okay here, but I felt like he lost a lot of units in that fight. Let's look at the military graph. Look at that. 3DB has lost, I mean, almost double the amount of units that Hera has. So, I mean, that equates to resources at the end of the day, right? That he has, you know, Hera's got more resources in the bank because he spent less on units that he's had to replenish. Okay, there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 relics. This is certainly helping 3DB for all the economy rows he's had. The relics. He's 10 villagers down, but honestly, I don't know what like 100 gold per minute. I don't know how much gold per minute does a villager technically get. So maybe he's closed the gap with that. I don't know. It could be very, very possible. But stable burning right now, going for that improved siege engineering. So we're gonna be seeing some siege units. And I gotta say, guys, I honestly think with the fact that he has every relic on the map, this could negate the villager difference he has right now. Is Hera aging or upgrading? Let's see here. We only have the tier 1. We have the first tier 1 melee attack and defense up, but he has not gotten tier 2 yet. Hera right now, where are these villagers going? Looks like off to the gold. It doesn't look like an... Wait, is there an age up? I don't think he's aging yet. Let's keep looking. No, I don't think he's aging quite yet. A little bit of a lull in the battle, so Mangonel's being trained. Does Hera have the improved siege engineering? He does not, so he can't even build these sieges down the field. Now, the question I'm having is, you know, with all of these, I mean, these are expensive, right? A Mangonel is not a cheap unit. It costs 400 wood, 200 gold. Can it get the value it needs with the amount of lancers that are on the field? Because these lancers could come in and just quickly torch that down and, you know, wipe out, you know, 800 worth of gold, 400 worth of, or 800 worth of food, 400 worth of gold. But we'll have to see. Going for some raids. It looks like he's just targeting this just easy to pick off Uvu, trying to get the blacksmith out of there right now. Wait, did he get his? He did get his improved siege. Yeah, he did get done. But 3 Mangonels, they can even lay some shots on some lancers. That's for sure. Oh my gosh. And a singular lancer out here, unfortunately low on HP, was just wailing on some villagers and getting some kills. Let's see. 69 villagers right now for Hera versus the 62 of 3DB. 3DB has closed this gap, not to mention with the relics. I would actually say 3DB's economy is probably ahead. And you look right now, he's got the res in the bank. He's got these Mangonel laying down a lot of damage on these man-arms and these lancers as they charge in. We have Spearmen on the front line. They need to tank while these Mangonels lay out some fire. And 3DB, I wouldn't say he was ever out of this game, but like I felt like Hera had a huge advantage early on. And now just as I'm about to say 3DB is looking to be in a good position, we've got Lancers charging in, and they are just going to torch all of these Mangonel. He could try to pull some villas to try to repair him, but he's not going to be able to do it fast enough. One Mangonel goes down. Maybe he's going to heal this one. Mangonel does get a shot off before dying. 2 Mangonels go down. Healing this Mangonel at the rate it gets killed, but there we go. 3 Mangonels killed. A huge value there for Hera. Kind of what I mentioned before. You know, is he going to get the value out of those when those Lancers could just come in and nuke the whole thing and just run away and be beyond with their life? So that was an issue. But at the same time, look at the resources of 3DB. Lots of resources. Now, Hera's spending his. Maybe that's why. He's got some units down that. What's this? Oh my gosh, this raid has been killer. 3DB is now tied for villager count. So he has closed the gap. Very, very impressive gameplay. I mean, this is the top of the ladder. These players can go the late game. They don't quit. You know, some ratings can make the really, really big difference. Who's going to win this fight? This is like Hera will. Holy cow. Holy cow. That was some action there. You know, for Mongol Mirror, this has been kind of fun. This has been kind of fun. I set myself up to be disappointed in Mongol Mirrors, but this has been a little bit entertaining. Okay. Khan going to get picked off. Possibly. Nope. Going to get away. The Deerstone's under siege right now, mid-map. But hopefully he pulls that back. Hera's got some villagers kind of out on the map, though, in some precarious situations. Now, there are a bunch of spearmen out, but I don't think that's enough spearmen to deal with 17 lancers. I mean, they will deal some damage, but I think the lancers still would win. But not necessarily even though a fight that Hera wants to take, because he will take a lot of damage. Honestly, I don't know. Maybe the spearman could take this. We'll see if Hera does fight this. I don't think he wants to, because that's just oh, he does have a low HP though. So that could be unfortunate. Let's see if he takes this fight. Continuing to move back, but the man-arms, they are equipped for this battle. So that might happen there. There we go. The man-arms get in there on the spearman. Those spearmen are probably going to get cleaned up because I don't think they were able to kite away. I think the lancers will come in and start dealing out some damage. What's going on back here? Just a little bit of raiding going on. Action all over the map at this point. You know, I'm doing my best to keep on it. Keep on keeping on it. And we got Lancers on the back line. Lancer raids are just so killer because the issue is, you know, we see the same thing with Knights. You know, they've got so much armor that they can afford to run under the town center. With the big mangonel shot coming out right now, taking out some damage on this man-at-arms. Boom, taking out a few. Very nice. 3DB pushing the siege agenda. But anyways, these Lancers can run in and they can just pick a few villagers. And even if they take some shots, they're probably not going to die. And they're going to get some value out of this. Right now, Hera's up on villager 67 to the 58 of 3DB. So he definitely got some big raids. We see at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 villagers dead right there. And out here, we've got some spearmen chasing the Lancers down. Action-packed game for you. And Mangonel is starting to take some shots on his outpost. Oh boy, man, wouldn't you love to see three Mangonels hit these villagers possibly? Okay, his Lancers getting to be a little bit low on HP. A few of these are low, so Spearman could pick these off. We've got the outpost, of course, laying out shots, 60 damage at a time. These Lancers do have 230 HP. Trying to see if anything going on with upgrades. Still sitting on those first upgrades. What does 3DB have? Oh boy, so this is a very important thing to note, guys. 3DB Army is higher tech. He's got those tier 2 upgrades right now, and especially for these spearmen, that's going to make a difference in these fights against these Lancers that still just have their first round of upgrades. Hera's been low in resources, while 3DB, look at his gold count. Those relics are just churning away. Not to mention, I'm sure the step red out. Let's see if he's even gathering gold. He is gathering gold. And honestly, I feel like what's going to be paying off for this game are these 5 relics. I think this is just like, has been clutch what has allowed him to stabilize this game and allowed him to start to get some presence out here on the map. Okay, so we've got some Springolds out here building building 2 Springolds. Oh, wait, so already has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He has so much resources. He's just going ham. No desire to go for H4, but we do have a Springald out on the field for Hera, but that is going to go down very quickly. And 3DB is looking to be in a very commanding position here, guys. But every time I say that, the Lancers run in and they do kill Mangonel. But honestly, oh boy, I think he needs the Mangonel. That's a lot of man-at-arms. I don't think he's equipped to take this right now. I think he needs the Mangonel to deal with that. So good thing they stay alive. But oh, these Lancers are all extremely low in health, and they are dying. I mean, again, remember, these Spearmen are cheap units. So he's made this switch to infantry, and that's probably also what's allowed his resources to be so crazy, is he's not just like spending all the gold that Hera is spending on Lancers and man-at-arms. And he's just spending his resources on siege. And here we go. Hera looking like he wants to make a charge onto these siege units. Siege units trying to kite back. Speed boost. There we go. Man-at-arms charging in and getting up on the Mangonel. And but at the same time, 3DB's, all his units have this additional melee defense and attack, and we still have Mangonels getting shots off. Springald's getting shots off, although it's 30 damage now for Springald since they've been nerfed. He's able to clean up this fight, and honestly, that could be GG. Wow. I thought Hera was in such a commanding lead earlier when he was over with these Lancers killing all these villagers. But 3DB has just made the Spearman switch while Hera's continued to spam the Lancers into it. And the issue with that is, though they do okay, like Lancers still will do okay, it's an expensive trade to be making every time you take these fights against Spearmen with Lancers. There's been lots of raids going on. 75 villagers for Hera versus 3DB's 64. Even though Hera's been very persistent with the raiding, 3DB's been ahead in the res because he's generating all of this free gold, and he's not spending the money on expensive units. He's been spending it all primarily on Spearmen for a long time. And this is a nice, typically you see this more in the late game, of you can just starve your enemy out by just continuing to spam, you know, what you might call a trash army or just cheaper units against the more expensive ones. Wow. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Springolds right now versus 1, 2, 3, 4 Mangonels at the moment. And what's Hera up to? Still spamming out some men-at-arms, but let's face it, these are going to get flattened by the Mangonel. Even the Springolds, you know, dealing out, what, 30 damage a pop here. They can take, you know, focus down units. Let's see. So we got, what, 155 health on these guys, and he's doing 30. And now he's got, how many Springolds do you have? Yeah, math. We'll let you guys do the math. They can do. They can shoot down some man-at-arms. We do have 2 Springolds on the back line for Hera. And at this point, I don't think any rating is really going to matter. He has to kill this army. Oh my gosh. You have man-at-arms out here has been slaughtering some villagers, some of Hera's villagers. And Hera needs that gold. And there we go. Defensive arrow coming in for 3DB, while the speed arrow coming out for Hera. But 3DB's army just cleaned that up. And round 1 of this best of 3 series here in the round of 32 will be going to 3DB in the Mongol mirror. I will be taking a look at this post-game graph very quickly for you here. Let's look at the economy. We can see 3DB just food and wood because he was making the spearmen, but look how much the difference. It's like huge difference in almost being completely. I mean, this is basically equal with Hera, and this is with having less villagers. So I would consider this almost to be, this was a lot of free gold. I mean, 3DB Eco just being ridiculous for the fact that he was down on villagers most of the game. Those relics, and I've said this time after time again, I have seen pro players ignore relics at the top of the ladder. I mean, Hera's ranked, what did I say, 5 versus 3DB, who's significantly ranked below him. And 3DB targeted those relics, and it made a huge, huge difference to the game. Now, of course, army comp did make a difference as Hera kept spamming out the Lancers against into Spearmen, but I think that those relics certainly made a huge difference in this matchup. So hope you guys enjoyed the series. I'm going to be following Hera versus 3DB in this round, best of 3. So we could be out in the next one. We don't know. Could go to all 3. But I'll be uploading all these games to YouTube. So take a look at those. And of course, I'm going to be casting these series live on twitch.tv/FitzBro as we move out to this tournament this weekend. Thank you so much for watching this game. I'll see you in the next one.